Again, we're joined by Dee Delaney, cornerback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dee, really, really appreciate the time. I know you're really busy this offseason, and as all Buccaneers have been this offseason, it's been a wild story, right? So obviously, Brady retires, comes back. Then Bruce Arians steps down. Leftwich was going to be a head coach of your former team, the Jaguars, and then that falls apart. So what's going on? Like, how do you keep your level head and, just keep grinding and working hard with all this news flying around? How do you keep your head on straight?
Honestly, I don't really watch the news too much about it. I just try to stay in my lane and just do what I got to do. I always, my agent told me, control what you can control. Yeah. When the Brady thing happened, I was like, dang. The first thing that came to mind, I was like, dang, I didn't get an autograph from him. so I know this year, that's going to be probably the first thing I do, get an autograph from him, because you never know. I was surprised he left last year, but that's the first time I'm going to get an autograph. But it's just like, control what you can control. You can't control the coaches. You can't control who retires, who stays, but you control what you do. So that's all I'm trying to do at the moment. Just be prepared for when my number is called.
There's been some stories about Brady in the locker room. He's obviously, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods level, but he's like evidently there's been all kinds of stories that he's like a really cool guy, a nice guy. I mean, is that really true? Is all that stuff about him?
Yeah, yes, it definitely. So before I ever met him, I was like, I wonder if he's like quiet or he don't really talk to people. The first day I ever met him, he was like, "What's up, man? How everything going?" Like he talked to you like you just regular. You wouldn't think a person of that stature would be just so cool and down to earth, but he definitely how he is, down to earth and just cool.
All right. So obviously you brought up Coach Bowles a lot. Obviously he's a big impact on you as a player. You have to be beyond pumped that he's the head coach now, right? I mean, that's got to be.
Yeah, definitely, because being under him for a year, I kind of see what his mindset was like. He's very aggressive, great defensive coach, and I know that he'll really lead his team. I think we go back deep in the playoffs, possibly championship, but I think he's gonna lead us to a lot of wins this year.
What is it like as far as you were under Arians for a while, who's a very offensive-minded head coach. Now Bowles has taken over, who's a defensive-minded head coach. How has that changed things for you? Is it the game plan more tailored around the defense? Is it around the offense? Does that change anything? Do you feel a little more comfortable?
I want to say it's tailored around defense because you still have Tom Brady on the other side. So you still got to let him do what he do. But I think that he's going to require more out of the defense than what Bruce Arians required out of us. I think that Bruce, he required more out of the offense for them to score more. But now that Bowles is the defense, now that he's the head coach, he's going to require the defense to make way more plays than what we did last year.
Yeah, so obviously the Rams were the Super Bowl champs. They knocked you guys out of the playoffs. They are stacked on offense, right? Same kind of deal y'all have. Obviously Cooper Kupp was the offensive player of the year. He's a great player. Are y'all focused on the Rams? We hear stories about teams, the team that knocks them out of the playoffs, you have posters on the wall of that kind of stuff. Is that something you think about? Like, we're not going to let, the Rams beat us next year. We're going to take it to them and we're going to reclaim what was ours in 2020.
I'm not sure the team, but I know at the defensive back room, we kind of focus on the Saints and the Rams. We kind of, like, as of right now, we are really watching other teams that we're going to end up playing. We're watching film on them right now instead of waiting till the week of, so we can kind of be ahead of the game.
That's smart. That's cool. So you watch film of your divisional opponents and big opponents now in late April, when we're recording this, than you do until later in the year just to get that advantage. That's awesome to hear. I think a lot of people will be excited because, a lot of people like us watch the games on Sunday, and I think we don't really appreciate how much effort you guys put into it. I mean, is this as a group? Is this just you? Is this the whole group getting together and trying to get better?
It's actually the whole, the cornerback group. Our cornerback coach, he told us, hey, why are we going to wait until the season starts? Why not start now? Let's try to get upper hand, because if you know what you know now, by the time the season get here, you'll be used to seeing it in motion,
That's awesome. Go ahead, Miles.
All right, Dee. Well, this is the last question I have for you. Nick might have another one. But last year, stepping stone year, you said your first real big foray into the league. Get one interception off Justin Fields. Must have feel good. But we want to step it up this year. So what are we thinking? We thinking 2 plus? What can we get out of Dee Delaney this year? How many picks?
Should Trayvon Diggs be worried you're coming for his crown?
If the opportunity is there, he should be worried. But my main goal, I want to at least get 5 interceptions this year.
I love that.
I wanted 5 last year. I should have had 2, but I want 5 this year for myself. because I know I'm able to do it.
That's awesome. Well, we know you are obviously, I had a great opportunity to play with you in college and watch you play. You're an outstanding player and excited to see you play on Sundays, man. And for those of you who don't know you, you're an outstanding dude. And
Yes,
you
sir.
showed it here by coming on our show. You're a very busy guy. Heck, you're watching film of opponents you're going to play months from now. Just you're taking a break from that to get on our show. Dee Delaney, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you guys for having me.